Hello, this is Wissam Zaka. In this meeting, I will talk about IELTS Task 1. I will talk about work and study, both of them. Mainly work, in fact, when you want to describe your work, the work you do or the work you would like to do in future. So I will talk about task 1, in fact, short questions, familiar topics. So, work is a familiar topic, familiar discussion, let's say. In previous video, I talked about task 2, okay? And I've already covered task 1, 2, and 3, but with different topics now. These are the tips whenever you want to take the exam. I've talked about them, explained them in detail in previous videos. So here some reading might be useful to learn some vocab. In fact, there is some reading and some listening. Here you have to read the 3 advertisements. Someone who, for example, they want to hire someone, employ someone, they have some job advertisements. And you have to listen to 3 people talking about their current work, and you should choose which advertisement is suitable for which speaker. We will not do the listening now. We will just read anyway. We will learn some vocab. Sales manager, local company wishes to appoint a sales manager to lead a dynamic team of sales personnel. A degree, preferably in business or marketing, is required, as is a proven record of success in sales. Excellent communication and presentation skills, both written and verbal, are essential. So here, appoint, the verb appoint, it means employ, or can say employ, or we can say hire. Also, it's also a good verb, recruit. So dynamic team, lead a dynamic team of sales personnel and the staff and employees, the same meaning. A degree, it means university degree. Someone who usually this is what a degree means. Someone who has finished his or her university study, preferably in business or marketing, is required. So the degree is required. To be a university graduate is required, but which department they prefer, if it is in business or marketing, it's not a must, but it will be a plus. As is, what does mean as is here? It means it's also required a proven record of success. So you should prove that you were successful in a job you did in sales. So a proven record of success in sales. Like usually we have experience letters usually would be helpful here. Or sometimes you do a job and you get certificates that you did well or something like that. Excellent communication and presentation skills, both written and verbal, spoken, are essential, are very important. So this is the first reading. The second reading, reporter, city radio station seeks reporter. Seeks, it means also wants. Is the same when we say is hiring or recruiting, whatever, employing. The successful candidate will be a graduate. Again, here we said a degree, here we say a graduate, someone who finished study. Usually it's university study, with at least 1 year's experience of news reporting. So this is how we say 1 year's experience, 2 years experience. If we say 2 years experience, we should be careful about the grammar. The apostrophe will be after the S. In this case, the S will be plural and possession at the same time. Here it's only possession. That's why we have apostrophe S. 2 years, 3 years, it would be S apostrophe. That's it. Or he or she will have the ability to generate breaking news on a daily basis, and will need to be on the spot in the place where the event is happening for the latest events, wherever and whenever they occur, they take place. So wherever, about the place, no matter where the place is, and whenever, it could be any time. So this is the reporter. Researchers, an international survey group, is recruiting. Again, recruiting, employing researchers for a 2-year interdisciplinary research and monitoring program at Centers for Global Science. 2-year, this is grammar, why we don't have S here? Because it's a noun used as an adjective. When we use the noun as an adjective, we don't have this. We say girls' school as an example. So we don't say girls' school, girls' school. It's a school where girls study. So when we use noun and as an adjective, we don't use S. They require biologists, chemists, engineers, meteorologists, oceanographers, physicists, and technicians. Applicants must be prepared to work in remote parts of the world, far away, remote parts, remote control, remote, it means far. Here we can compare the word applicants and candidates. People who work in human resources can easily differentiate. Applicants, all the people who apply for the job. Candidates, someone who is shortlisted. In this department, HR department, many people apply. They just check the CVs. Maybe they can make a written exam, go through a written exam. And the applicants, I mean. Then we have a short list. Maybe they will do the interview only for the short list. And maybe the short list will be after the interviews. But usually the interview is for the short list. After that, we can call them candidates. The shortlisted one, or maybe after they are shortlisted, maybe and the interviews are done, we can keep, we have 1 or 2 people, we call them candidates until they sign and become part of they get the job. We call them candidates. After that, they are employed. So here, it's a very good practice to listen and match each one. And even Unit 5. Here we listen again, and we should check 4 pieces of information: what each speaker's responsibilities are, and what they like about the job they have, what they dislike about it, and their future career plans. So a very good exercise for listening, and it can teach you a lot for speaking to. Yep. So this is the task. Short questions. Each question you can answer it in 3-4 sentences. Usually this is the typical one. Can you tell me about the job or course of study that you are doing? So why they say the job or courses of study? Because you might have someone in the exam who doesn't have a job, so he can talk about the course of study. But as you noticed, all this unit is about work, not about study. The next unit, it will be about a course of study, more about learners, in fact. So both of them are important. What do you like or dislike about it? It means about the course of study or work, the job or the course of study. What plans do you have for your career in the future? So all these questions, you don't say just what do you like about, like or dislike about it. You say, I like that it's exciting. I don't like that it is not well paid. This is not enough. You should say more. What do you mean by exciting? Why it is not well paid? So don't just say one word and stop. You should always elaborate in these questions, not talk too much, but at least explain 1 or 2 points. So it should be less than a minute answering each question. Maybe 30 seconds might be okay. Anyway, 3-4 sentences would be good enough. So some simple vocab here. If you want to talk about study, you can use the expressions attend a lecture. These are collocations. Do homework, do your homework, hand in an essay when you just do an assignment, pass an exam, rent a room when you are a student, take a break. So these are simple expressions. You can use them. Using collocations can make your speaking always much better. And here are some other expressions that are really useful when you talk about a job. Adjectives that describe jobs. You can describe jobs using positive adjectives, fun, exciting, or negative adjectives, boring, hard. A chef is a badly paid job. So how can you say that the money is not good? You don't have enough money, the salary is not high. You just say, badly paid job. This is a badly paid job. They don't make a lot of money. Really? A chef? Working in a library is very relaxing. It's quiet all the time. 3, so we know relaxing, just we need to use it. When you talk about your job, you can say it's relaxing. I find teaching rewarding because I help a lot of people. Rewarding is not necessarily about the money. It could be more something emotional, let's say. Sorry, it could be more something emotional when you say rewarding. These are the meanings of these words anyway. Working as a police officer is stressful. Anything can happen. Stressful, you know, the opposite of relaxing, stressful. Being a sales clerk would be tiring. They have to stand up all day, you know the meaning of tiring, exhausting, tiring. A scientist is one well-paid job. I'd like. I hear they make a lot of money. So well-paid is the opposite of badly paid. These are the meanings. So when you talk about job, it's good to use some of these adjectives. That using adjectives when describing anything is essential to have good speaking impression, you know, to give good speaking impression that you know the language and master the language. Okay, that was all. I hope it was useful. Goodbye.